A young boy walked into a bar and asked for a bottle of beer and 20 fags. Now, smiled the barmaid, wagging her finger. Do you want to get me into trouble? He replied. Not at the moment. I just want my beer and fags. Mummy, are little birds made of metal? Of course not, darling. Why do you think that? I just heard Dad say he'd like to screw the arse off the bird next door. Grandpa and grandson go out together for a day's fishing. At lunchtime, the man opens a can of cider. Can I have some? Grandpa asks the boy. I tell you what, son, replies Grandpa. Can your willy touch your backside? No, Grandpa. Then you can't have any cider. Later on, Grandpa gets out his cigarettes. Can I have one? Grandpa replies. Can your willy touch your backside? No. Then it's no to a cigarette. On the way home, they pass a newsagent's and each of them buys a scratch card. Grandpa wins nothing. Grandson wins 2,000 British pounds. Are you going to share some of your winnings with me? Son asks Grandpa. The boy replies, I tell you what, can your willy touch your backside? It sure can, replies Grandpa confidently. Then go A group of young boys were always getting into trouble on the estate, so the local vicar decided to intervene and speak to each of them about their behavior. When it was Johnny's turn to go on, he sat down nervously, wondering what was going to happen. As with the other boys, the vicar decided to find out how much the boy knew about God and whether he understood the difference between right and wrong. The vicar began with the question, where is God? Johnny stared at him in amazement but did not answer. Again the question was asked, this time more forcibly. I said, where is God? He bellowed. Frightened out of his skin, Johnny raced from the room, ran all the way home and hid in the wardrobe. His older brother followed him upstairs and shouted through the door. What's happened? Oh Tom, we really are in trouble this time. God has gone missing and they think we did it. Two young hedgehogs were learning survival tactics from their father. Today, I want to tell you about one of our biggest dangers. That road out there, instructed Dad. There will be times that you need to cross it, and if you're lucky, a car won't come along. But if it does, just make sure that you stop in the middle of the road so it will go over you without touching. Just watch me and you'll see what I mean. Dad went out into the middle of the road and waited patiently for a car. It's coming, he shouted. Now you'll see what. He never finished speaking. The two young sons heard a sickly crunch as he was flattened on the road. I meant to ask him what we should do if a three-wheeler came along, said one to the other. The number of children attending Sunday school had dropped dramatically, and it was thought that perhaps the lessons had become too serious. As it so happened, a visiting minister had come to stay, and the vicar asked him if he would mind speaking to the children a bit more informally. Of course, replied the minister, and he sat with the children in a circle, saying, first of all, children, can you tell me what eats grass, goes moo, and gives us milk? For a moment there was complete silence, and then one small boy slowly put his hand up. Please, sir, I suppose the answer is Jesus, but it sounds just like a cow to me. A simple young man is encouraged to broaden his knowledge by learning how to parachute. After a few lessons, it's time for his first jump. So that afternoon he and his instructor go up in a plane. The instructor tells the man not to worry because he'll jump straight after him. So the man jumps out, pulls his ripcord and heads gently for Earth. A moment later the instructor jumps out, but when he pulls his ripcord nothing happens, and within seconds he passes his pupil and plummets to Earth at an amazing speed. Oh no you don't, says the young man on seeing his instructor race past. You didn't tell me it was a race. At that, he undoes his parachute and shouts gleefully, last one home is a sissy.